What's up, everybody? It's Concrete Zebra with Craftmaster Productions and Studio One Tutorials.com, and today we're going to be looking at adding drum loops into your existing drum patterns to add more sauce. What's up, everybody? It's Concrete Zebra from Craftmaster Productions and Studio One Tutorials.com. Don't forget, if you haven't passed by Studio One Tutorials, click on the Buy Sounds tab. Get yourself the lit package. Get 5 mastering presets using only stock Studio One plugins and get your tracks loud, man. All right. So what I have for you guys today is something that is not necessarily it transcends DAWs. Like you don't need Fruity Loops or Studio One or Maschine to do this. This is a mentality thing. So what I have here is I have a track that I was working on in Maschine, and well, let's just listen to it. All right, so it's a cool little track. It's pretty much almost there. The thing is that like with with these boom pappy drums, you know, and just this more rugged feel. I feel like when I get to work on these tracks, especially with the type of drum samples that we're using now, how we're not sampling breaks and we don't have, you know, that overall dusty texture, to make these tracks sound just better and cooler and more interesting, I like to add some type of ambiance to it, whether it be a you know, a vinyl scratch loop in the background, or some type of texture from Omnisphere. But there always has to be a texture, and one of my favorite ways of dealing with textures is using drum loops. And it's not in the way that you would think. I'm not gonna create a drum pattern and then try to find a drum loop that matches with you know, with the drums that I have, like I'm fucking Marley Marl or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, this is the way that I approach working with a drum loop. Is like this is I listen more to the highs than anything, and I'll time stretch the shit out of it, and then put some type of ambient reverb or phaser or movement plugin or something like that, and use that to provide, you know, a kind of sonic backdrop to add interest. So I found this drum loop here. All right, and I like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on the track. Now we have, you know, we have some issues with it. We need to get it time stretched. So I'm just going to go and set it to 4 bars. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us this sound here. All right, so when I put it in to the track, let's see, drop it here and here, and this is what we wind up with. You know, and that's that's cool. It's whatever. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna completely abuse this thing. I'm gonna go to the L2 and just kind of squash some of the dynamics out of it first. so that instantly sounds way better because you're not just hearing the loudest transient poke through the mix. Since we've already got like a pretty thick mix coming along, you're able to hear it a little bit more. But then what I like to do is just add, really obnoxious reverb. And for you guys that use Maschine, man, these do not sleep on their internal plugins. Like these legacy plugins, like the saturator on your 808s, boy, like especially if you got good sounding 808s that are already distorted and you just want to give them that extra little push, that saturator is fucking dope. But this ice reverb, man, wow, I love this thing. So when I go ahead and add the ice reverb to it, we wind up with this. And then when I pull it back in the mix, let me see. Let me just take some of that ice out. See, so now, shut up, bro. Goddamn. So now when I have it nice and tucked really far back in the mix where it's not distracting you from anything, but you kind of play this game with these type of textures. Like you push them back until you could just barely hear anything happening, and then you stop, and then you just twist the knob just a little bit and bring it out. That's how I listen for it. And once you get that down and that mastered, it's just so easy to add just amazing textures into into your music, which is really important to make your track sound more professional. Like you can always tell the novice producer from the professional by the intensity and just the quality of their layering. So for you guys that are wanting to make more aggressive sounding hip hop and less on the trap side, and you're working with these boom bap drums and things like that, and you're just not really feeling like you're getting it all the way. Your patterns are probably where they need to be or very close to where they need to be, but what you're missing is just that overall grit from from just a mangled drum loop or some type of texture. What you're missing is that vibe, and this is a really easy way to get it. So this is Concrete Zebra with Craftmaster Productions, Studio1Tutorials.com. Keep it simple, don't be basic, and we'll see you on the next one.